Oh, hey. Didn't expect to see you again so soon. Weren't you just in last week? Can I do something for you?
Yeah. You can start by giving me my money.
What money?
You're stealing from me.
Buddy, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't even stand there and try to deny it. You're taking advantage of me. You have been for years.
I don't know what's gotten into you, but you need to get the hell on down the road before I have to call a sheriff in here.
How long have I been coming here to get my hair cut? How many years?
I would say it's been close to 20 years.
Every 2 weeks or so?
That's about right.
And in all these last 20 years, how many times have you come to eat at my diner?
I wouldn't have any idea.
Once every 2 weeks?
No.
Less frequently than that?
Safe to say.
Maybe even only once every few months? If that?
I'd call that a fair estimate.
Well,
what?
you just admitted it! You've been robbing me blind for 20 years!
All right. I don't know what's wrong, but you seem to be in the middle of some kind of a mental health episode. Maybe instead of a sheriff, I should call a social worker or something.
I'm a customer at your barber shop way more often than you're a customer at my diner.
So?
So there's a trade deficit.
Oh, for shit's sake.
Free rides over?
We've gotten along good for 20 years.
Free rides over.
You think we're still gonna get along good if you start acting like this?
I just want there to be a little balance in our relationship, that's all.
There's balance already. I cut your hair for you, and you give me money. That's a fair exchange.
But you don't come to my diner and order food as often as I come here and get a haircut.
No, I don't. But when I do, you cook the food that I order, and I pay you the money that you charge for it. That's a fair exchange.
It would be if you did it every 2 weeks, and had been for the last 20 years.
Man, you only live like 5 minutes from here. Your diner is on the other side of town. So coming here for a haircut is convenient for you. Going to your diner is less convenient for me. If I want to go out to eat somewhere, there's other restaurants closer to my house. So of course I go to them more often than to your place.
So you're taking my money and giving it to other restaurants?
Jesus Christ.
It's even worse than I thought.
You're not the only business owner who comes in here for a haircut, you know. The guy who owns the fence installation company on Route 40 near Hewitt's Crossroad, he comes in. The lady who lives in the house right across the road from here brings her 2 little boys in for haircuts. She runs a dog grooming service. Am I ripping them off too? Do I need to buy a fence I don't need and a dog I don't want to not be stealing from them?
How you choose to conduct your bilateral relations with others is not my concern. I need to look out for me and my interests.
Do you know what line of work all your customers are in? Do you spend money at all of their workplaces? Last time I was at your diner, I saw the guy who owns that bodega on Franklin Street. You stopped in there lately? What about the woman who owns the Honda dealership on the dual highway? Her daughter used to be in the same karate class as my nephew. I went to pick him up one time and overheard her and her daughter saying they were going to go to your joint for dinner that night. Did you run out the next day and buy a car from her? Do you see how dumb this sounds?
You should be more worried about straightening out your own business than sticking your nose into mine.
Should I now?
Yes. I'm here to give you an opportunity to make this right. I crunched some numbers and came up with a fair amount that I will accept as compensation for this long-standing trade deficit. You pay up and commit to being more of a regular customer at the diner, and we can go back to being friends.
Left field, thin air, your ass.
What?
I'm guessing where you pulled these numbers out of.
That is what I have spent on haircuts from you over the last 20 years, minus what you have spent on food from my diner. That's fair compensation.
So your ass ain't where you got it from. But that is where you can stick it now.
You're not going to pay up?
No, I'm not gonna pay up. Matter of fact, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna take this broom and put it up along the side of your skull if you don't drop this and get the hell out of here.
All right, then. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but if you won't stop taking advantage of me, I have no choice but to retaliate.
Oh, really?
Yes. Consider yourself on notice. From now on, whenever you come to eat at my establishment, you will be charged 5 times the menu price.
How'd you work that out?
I reckon I've come to this barber shop 5 times as much as you've come to my diner over the years. Maybe even more than that. If you want to be a stickler, I'm probably being generous.
Have it your way. From now on, when you come in here for a haircut, I'm going to charge you 5 times the normal price.
You can't do that.
It's done.
But you were already charging me more by not coming to my diner as often.
Not at all how that works.
I'm only making you pay more to retaliate for the trade deficit.
And I'm retaliating against your retaliation.
But I can't afford that much for a haircut, man.
I can't afford to pay that much at a diner. So where does that leave us?
I guess the only option is to cut off economic relations between us.
All right, then. Thanks for all the business over the years.
You're welcome. I'll just be walking out the door never to return then. This ain't the way I wanted it to end.
You should have thought of that before you started a trade war. Now we both lose.
Do you know if they're in at the bakery next door?
I believe they are.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Hey, you know how much bread I buy from you people? And I never see you in my diner. You're stealing from me.
Oh, what a dick.